Are you someone who feels lonely? This is a topic that's been on my mind a lot recently. I think it's because I'm an extrovert and I find it really easy to make friends and to chat with people, and still I feel lonely. I still feel lonely a lot. I feel lonely in ideas and concepts and ways of living that are maybe not the norm. I feel that everyone is beautiful just the way they are, and that too many people, including myself, feel like they need to just do things to fit in, to be a part of society, to be accepted. And that's a really lonely feeling, to feel like only parts of you are accepted. And, this is an interesting topic for me and has been for, like a decade probably, because for the longest time, I thought I was a chameleon. And I thought that I thought it was a skill actually to put on my resume, that I can just fit into any situation. And I guess in a way, like, this is a skill, but what I've come to realize is that the reason I was a chameleon is that I was so good at lying, I guess. Which is so funny to say, because if you ask people that are close to me in my life, they would tell you that honesty is so important to me. It's like my number one thing. I can pretty much process any kind of hurt except for lying. And isn't that such a teacher? Such a teacher. Obviously, lying is so hard for me because at my core, that's what I've been doing for so long, and I do it so much less now, but it's still there. It's a deep-seated habit, and as I uncover the layers, I process them and I discover a new layer. Anyone who has been doing any kind of self-reflection will be very understanding of and knowing of this concept, the onion concept. And so I've come to realize in this uncovering of the layers that this chameleon skill of mine no longer serves me. It was a way for me to keep myself safe, I thought. A trauma response, if you will. And not because there's any sort of specific trauma that I have felt in my life, except for, and this is a major exception, the trauma of being in a society or in a, society, I'll call it a society, that doesn't accept everything and everyone. And we're making strides in these directions of accepting. And in those strides, we're backpedaling as well. Because in the making of, in the effort to accept more people, accept certain people more, we ostracize others. And so the medicine is being reversed. And so I think of other people too a lot when it comes to loneliness. And I wonder about you. I wonder if you have spaces that you feel you can fully express yourself without judgment. There are places you can process without judgment. If you have a creative practice that helps you through this, helps you with it, helps you process. And if the answer is yes, or if the answer is no, both are totally fine. I know how important community feels for me right now, and how important it is to have spaces I feel safe and comfortable sharing all aspects of myself, the parts that I've worked through and the parts that I haven't worked through. One of those ways I'm doing that is through community deep listening circles. Oh man, they're so amazing and powerful. I offer them both in person and online through a video call. And people talk about things that range from what you might call super insignificant or silly. It might be judged as those things, to things that could be judged as super deep and vulnerable. I find words hard to express without some judgments, quite honestly, or at least I'm having a hard time finding words to express this particular sentiment without the judgments to describe them. But what I'm trying to say is that it doesn't matter what you share. I encourage people to share whatever it is that comes up in the moment. And then everyone listens to that person's share. They have a certain amount of time and space that is held for them. Sometimes people use silence to be witnessed by either energetically thinking or holding what they're thinking about in their heads, or just having some time for people to hold space for them. And then once the sharing and witnessing has happened, everyone has space to process what's arisen for them. So perhaps one person has shared and another group member felt really uncomfortable by the fact that there was silence, and then they have some time to creatively process those feelings through movement or scribbling or journaling or singing or screaming, whatever needs to happen. I do offer these in community and privately, these deep listening circles. So if you want to be with a group of people you don't know, that's the community listening circle. If you want to be just you and I, or you want to come with people you know, then that would be the private deep listening circle. Both are beautiful, and I offer them, as I mentioned, at the studio in Hamilton, Ontario, Canada, or via video call from anywhere in the world. So if you have any feelings of loneliness and you're interested in sharing some thoughts and perspectives that might be leading to those feelings of loneliness, reach out. Being witnessed and witnessing both help with those feelings 100%. I've often had introverts tell me that they don't want to do that because they're introverted and it doesn't feel good. But that's why I share that the space is held for you whether you say words or not. And I've actually found that a lot of introverts find this quite liberating, and they actually have a lot more to say than they thought they did. They're just used to being the witnessers instead of the ones being witnessed. There's definitely discomfort in both those things at times, but then you have the creative processing time to work through that discomfort. That is the whole cycle, the whole beautiful cycle. This is feeling pretty close to done. I'll just put a link here for the deep listening circles if you're interested. Take a peek. I'm just feeling so much love in my heart and gratefulness that you're here. So thank you so much.